Hey there guys, today we're going to replace all the transmission fluid in the C4 transmission in my 74 Ford F100. To start this job, you're going to need 10 quarts of fluid. You're supposed to only need 9, but always get a little extra just in case. Let's get to it. So first you're going to want to get under your truck and find your transmission lines. Yeah, they come from the transmission up to the transmission cooler. On my truck, the transmission cooler is separate from the radiator. And you're going to get the line that's coming out of the transmission cooler, which I believe this one is closer to the front of the transmission, so that means it should be the output line close to the pump. So that means fluid will go up this way into the cooler and then out this one. So then we're going to take this line off and then turn the engine on. The engine's already warm. You want your engine to be warmed up. And we're going to let it idle, and that will drain most, if not all, the fluid out of this. And we'll just put that into that 5-gallon bucket right there. That'll be plenty. And then we'll put the lines back together and go take the pan off. Alright, so there you go. The line is detached. And now we just go turn on the engine and keep an eye on it. So we're just going to leave that there and let it finish draining out, and now we're going to go start working on the pan. Okay, so you're going to need a catch pan for the fluid, a 7/8 wrench to undo the filler tube, and then a 1/2 inch socket to undo all the pan bolts. Okay, so that's the filler tube. We're going to use the 7/8 wrench to undo that and see if we can drain some fluid that way. And then you're going to take these bottom bolts out and it'll start draining some, and then you just kind of work your way back on each side and let the pan tilt back and drain out as much as possible. And then once you're done with that, the pan should just come off, and then you just real nice and easy pour it into the catch pan, trying your best not to spill anything. Okay, so I got the pan down. There it is. That's a little disconcerting, but probably not as disconcerting as all the water. That's disgusting. Good stuff, good stuff. So, underneath the car, I got the catch pan, and then we have the open transmission, and that's the filter right there, and we will be replacing that. Okay, then the next job to make sure all the transmission fluid is out is to take those 2 bolts out on this inspection plate, pull the plate off, and find the plug on the flywheel and unplug the flywheel and drain all the fluid out of that. With the inspection plate off, you see you're looking for that bolt right there. Don't undo the nut, just the bolt. I was lucky and it was right where I needed it to be. If it's not there, then you have to turn your engine till it spins around and you find it. So there you have it. That definitely had the most transmission fluid yet. I think that's like 5 quarts, 4 or 5 quarts. Maybe more than that though. Anyways, just finish letting that drain, and then plug it back up. Then we replace the filter. Alright, so next, after you plug up the torque converter, is the filter. You can see mine is just nasty. Who knows the last time it was changed. And those bolts for it are going to be 5/16. You just take off all the ones that go around it, pull it off. Probably need to put the catch pan under it just in case more stuff drips out, and slap the new one back in. Okay, so I cleaned up the pan a little bit. We've got our new gasket. We'll slap that on. Let me show you what it looks like underneath. A very full catch pan. New filter up there, all bolted all the way back in. So the next step is put the pan back in, put the inspection cover back over the torque converter, and then start filling it with fluid. Once you have put the new filter in, put the pan back on with the new gasket, and put the inspection cover over on the transmission over the torque converter, and attach the filler tube back onto the transmission pan, then it's time to add your new fluid. So you're going to add 5 quarts through the filler tube, and then you're going to turn the truck on, and while it's in idle, shift through all the gears 2 or 3 times, all the way down and all the way back up, pausing at each gear. It probably won't go into gear, but that's just to get the fluid pumping all the way around. And then you're going to start adding 1 quart at a time, well, probably 2 quarts at a time, and checking the level and shifting it through the gears, and you should get to around 9 quarts. Alright, then once you put in enough fluid and it starts shifting in the gear, then you take it for a test drive, and then you check the fluid again, and theoretically you did everything right and it starts driving well. Please like and comment and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one.